When I firstly got into self-improvement, the very first thing that I saw, the very first word that I saw in this community, like all about the settings of people on self-improvement, they were all about one word, which is discipline. There's a very constraining definition of what discipline is. Usually people say like David Goggins is disciplined because he wakes up really early and do things he doesn't want to do. That quite enters into the definition of discipline, but it's not actually it. People tend to sum two different concepts into one, which is discipline. But the usual discipline thing, it is actually two things, which is discipline and willpower. So when I was first starting onto self-improvement, I realized there was a lot of people talking a lot about discipline and how much discipline changes your life, how it makes you achieve your goals, how it makes you stand up on a diet, how it makes you go to the gym every single day. But it is not actually a discipline who does this. Well, at least not discipline alone. And what do I mean by that? Basically, discipline, yeah, it is very important to have discipline. However, it is not the main thing. It is one of the main things you need to do to achieve your goals. What is right to say is that you need a conjunction of discipline with willpower. That is the holy trinity of self-improvement. Actually, it's closer to holy duality, but this doesn't really exist. So, discipline, by definition, it's a skill. And which skill it is? It is basically the skill that you need to do things you do not want to do. So let's say that you hate waking up early. Waking up early every single day. Anyways, it's an act of discipline for you. Let's say that you hate meditating. Meditating every single day. This means that meditating every single day is an act of discipline for you. So discipline is whenever you do things that you don't want to do, but you do them anyway. You don't want to do something, then you do it anyway. This is discipline. Alright? Actually, I said it was a holy duality, but I forgot to include one last thing, which is consistency. So it is actually a holy trinity. You need to put together discipline, willpower, and consistency. That's how you improve in every single area of life. That's how you improve in every single aspect of life. That's how you achieve your goals. With discipline, willpower, and consistency. So you already know what is discipline, which is like one of the bases of the holy trinity of self-improvement. Now we need to go to something else, which is willpower. Willpower is actually kind of the opposite of discipline. Willpower is the ability to not do things that you want to do. So whenever you go to a store, you have money on you, you are everything okay financially, you see a candy on the store counter, and that is your favorite candy. If you do not pick it up, even though your brain is telling you to do so, this is an example of willpower. Consistency is just the very much use of discipline and willpower constantly. So whenever you use your discipline and your willpower for months straight, for a lot of time straight, you are making use of consistency. These are the only 3 things that you need to achieve all of your goals. You need to be very skillful on these 3 things first, before trying to achieve anything else. Why is that so? Because you need them to develop any single ability whatsoever. So, let's say you want to learn how to swim really well, how to go to freestyle competitions and win them. You'll need discipline, because at first the water is too cold, but you need to enter anyway. You're very tired, but you need to keep your breath in anyways, because it's not time to breathe yet in the middle of the pool. You're breathless, you're tired, but you need to keep pushing. You're making use of discipline. Then, when you go home, you need to have a very good diet for you to be a freestyle competition. Then, when you get home, after the swimming session, you're exhausted. All you want to do is go to bed and sleep, or eat some candy, go to a party, I don't know. Do your resting thing. But afterwards, you need to do your stretching sessions. Afterwards, you need some kind of a specific workout for you to work your back muscles correctly for swimming, your arm muscles, your leg muscles. So you need to have the use of willpower to not go to sleep, to not eat shit food. You need to make the use of willpower to not do things that you want to do after you made the use of discipline. Then you have to go to the swimming pool every single day. Then you have to reject the candy offers every single day. Even on Christmas, if you're actually going to be a huge athlete, you'll need to reject most of the food. And that is a very clear example of willpower. That is a very clear example of consistency, of discipline. Because only making use of these 3 things for months and months and months and months and months ahead, even years, you will be a pro competitor. So, in the very start of this video, I told you that discipline is a skill, but so is willpower and so is consistency. Let's say you're being a fucking moron, a fucking retard for your whole life, like I was. And you've been playing video games, you've been watching short videos your whole life, you've been watching YouTube gaming videos every single time for your dopamine to spike up, for you to distract yourself with something. You can't fucking eat without seeing a YouTube video. Let's say you've been leveling up all those useless skills, which is having short attention span, which is a skill. It is the skill to focus yourself for only 15 seconds. And it is a skill that you taught yourself by watching short videos. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed of that. Trust me, you should. But you can't change your past self. But you can change the present self. You can change who you are right now, so your future self doesn't have the same feeling of despise for your past self that you have right now. So, how do you develop these 3 skills that are on the holy trinity of self-improvement? It is very simple. It is just as you learn every single skill. You need to firstly learn what the skill is, which you just did, then go do the thing that requires this skill. Like, let's say you want to get better at communication. What you need to do is read a book, make friends and influence people by Dale Carnegie. This is a very famous book. Read it, and then what you're going to do next? You're going to go out and talk to people. That's what you're going to do. That is very simple. That's it. When you do the skill that you already know what consists of, you are leveling up the skill. So you already watched the rest of this video that is behind this part. You already know what is discipline. How do you practice it? Discover something that you don't want to do. Do it every day. That's how you level up your ability to do things you don't want to do. Just do the things that you don't want to do. Take a fucking cold iced shower in the fucking winter morning when you just wake up. It is going to feel like shit, like absolute shit. But you're doing something that you don't want to do. I don't even care about the scientific results of being exposed to cold, even though they exist. I only care for the fact that you're doing something that you don't want to do. Take this as an action step for you to do right now. Find something that you don't want to do and say to yourself you're going to do it every single day. Let's say you hate stretching because most people that go to the gym don't like stretching. After every single gym session that you're going to do, you are now also going to do a stretching session. After you work out today, do a stretching session. If you already did work out today and you hate stretching, stretch right now. Do a stretching session. I don't even care if it is good for you or bad for you, it depends on your goals. Just do it because you don't like it. Do something that you don't like right now. Or at least discover something that you don't like for you to plan to do it every single day. That is how you level up your discipline. So you need to every single day do things that you don't want to do. And how do you level up your willpower? Also be exposed to doing things that you want to do. Buy your favorite snack on a shop. Right now, do this right now. Buy your favorite unhealthy snack. And just leave it in the corner of your desk for the whole day. Even more for the whole month. If it is something that does not spoil outside of a fridge, do it for a whole fucking month. Just leave it there. Every single day, you are really craving something, but you still don't do it. And that is how you level up your willpower. Do it every single day. If you end up eating it, if you end up eating your snack, notate down. Put a note, like in the corner of your desk with a post-it or something. Put a note on your desk that you can see every day, which is a note saying how many days you've endured, how many days you've made use of your willpower. Then, the next time you do this thing, the next time you buy your favorite snack and leave it there, you will do more days. That's a sign that you actually leveled it up. Now, don't mistake in yourself. Both willpower and discipline are very, very limited powers. They are very limited. You only have a certain amount of willpower that you can use. You'll only have a certain amount of discipline that you can use. So never put you all the way through your limits, because you're going to pay a much worse thing after that. Let's say you're getting onto NoFap. I don't even preach NoFap. I don't think that masturbation has any effect besides your dopamine. So, I don't really care if you masturbate, but if you do it after a very shit day, a day where you didn't do shit, you didn't do any work, you're basically rewarding yourself for nothing. So if you're going to masturbate, at least do it in a way that you get it as a prize for a very productive day. So every single time that you're going to do NoFap, let's say you start a streak, go all the way in, then you relapse 3 days later. This is the most relatable NoFap story possible. Everyone relapses 3 days later after trying. And you shouldn't feel like you failed on it. You shouldn't feel like you wasted your time. You know why? Because let's say that you masturbated every single time, every single day, twice a day. You would be like fapping 2 times a day. This means 60 times a month. When you have this 3-day no-fap streak, at least once in your month, you just masturbated 54 times instead of 60. That is actual progress that you can see if you note it down. Because if you don't note it down, you're probably not seeing this progress. You're probably feeling like you're failed. Like you totally failed the challenge. Because you only have 3 days of no-fap. Then, if you can masturbate only 54 times a month, you can also masturbate only 50 times a month. And if you can do 50, you probably are able to push that 45. When you can do 45, I bet you probably be able to do a 10-day no-fap streak at least once in a month, which means that you'll now be only masturbating 40 times a month. Isn't that wonderful how progress actually works if you keep pushing it down? That is the very example of consistency. And that's how you train it. You do it, fail, and do it again. You do it, fail, and do it again. You do it, fail, and do it again. Maybe you do it, succeed, then you do it again. That is consistency. When you succeed and keep doing, it is the maximum level of consistency in something. You can consider yourself like a Chad on this thing. If you keep doing every single time, if you keep your consistency every single time. So do your best to level up your discipline, your willpower, and your consistency. That's it. Remember, as always, the value of a man is just as high as his ambitions.